I am Sri Ganesh. I am currently studying third year ECE at National Engineering College.
Hi guys, I am Thirumani Pondradis. I am a third year Electronics and Communication Engineering student at National Engineering College.
Hello everyone, myself Kesava. Now I am doing third year VCE at DE in National Engineering College.
Hey everyone, this is our product development lab. In our product development, we are taking a router and we are going to control the router using IR remote. And our team number is A11 and our mentor name is Dr. A. Subhasri. And we are going to control the routers using IR remote. This is our teammates, Sri Ganesh, Tirumani Pondaris, and me, Kesava. And now I am going to present and going to say about the block diagram of a basic router. And in this, first I am going to say about the CPU. In CPU, this is the main process unit of a router. This is the basic block diagram of your routers. In our routers, there is a Qualcomm processor is used, and to 23 MHz for that frequency there is a pop oscillator is used, and the switches are used to transform the signals into LAN, WAN. WAN means wide area network, LAN means local area networks. In via WAN, we are going to give the input data to the router, and in via LAN, we are going to take output to computers and systems through wire. And for power upping the routers, router power input has given, and the router power input has given to the 7805 voltage regulator. This voltage regulator is a step-down transformer used, and that voltage regulator is converted to the 240 volt AC to components supply requirements. And in our project we are going to set our IR receiver model. This is IR receiver model used to control the router's power supply. By this we can control the routers by switching off and switching on. It makes the impact as resetting the routers. And CPU connected with the flash memory. This is a basic function of every routers. In this flash memories, the temporary data and every system's data is stored, and the server's data are stored here, and the SDRAM temporary storage for the router.
So here we can see the simulation of the model we have done in the project. Like here we can see IR remote control, and here is the red color box which represents the IR relay module, and it is connected to the VCC and ground through the wire, and we can see it is connected to the Arduino. So we have simulated this first in WowKey simulation online tool. So we use that platform to stimulate the project we have done. And if we press the on button in the remote, the IR will get on. If the power supply is on, then the router will also get on. So if even the power supply is on, if we click the off button in the remote, the IR relay will get off, so that the power supply will not get inside the circuit board which is present in the router, so that the supply will off in that particular router, so that it won't get trouble to the routers that have been connected in the same power supply which is in the another place. So this makes the connections perfect, and if there is any fault occurred in the router, we can easily assess the router that has been default any error in the circuit connection, or any weak signals V signal that is produced by the router. so we can easily identify and cut the supply in that particular router. So here is the flow chart that we have designed. So first start, it means if the power supply will be already given to the router, so then the IR remote is pressed. That means we are clicking the on button in the remote. Then the IR signal is sent to the IR relay module. Then the signal received by an IR sensor. So the IR sensor will receive the signal and it get processed by the Embedorix IR relay module. And then if it will get end, like power supply will off. If it is in the on position, if it means on, then it will get yes in the process, and then the signal will be sent to the relay switch. Then 9-volt router power line will get connected to the relay, so the voltage will get passed throughout the circuit. When the IR signal is sent and it get on, the power supply will get throughout the circuit. Then the voltage regulator supplies will get to through the IR module. Then the power supply will get then the router will get on. So this is how the IR relay is attached to the power supply to the transformer, and this takes place in the router. And now Ratish will explain the project of the model that we have done.
Hi guys, this is our project IR router control. Our project aims to avoid manually switching on and off the router during the interruption time, and to control the router via the IR remote module. Thus we can approach the router even though we can avoid the manually switching on and off the router. So it will be useful when there is a router is fixed on the hard to reach location, like mounted on the wall, etc. That time it will be useful when we can reach the router via the IR remote receiver while standing on the ground itself. So we no need the requirement for the ladders or any climbing equipment, etc. And we can also avoid the manpower, reduce the manpower, etc. So it will be very useful in the industry regions. Why it is needed? Our solution is needed because in industry regions, the first step of the troubleshooting the router involves manually power offing and refreshing the router. On doing so, the operation will be the router will be resetting, and its operation will be carried out regularly. Upon investigating, we can also include this method through the firewall like ping watchdog method. The ping watchdog method uses the ICMP protocol like a regular ping request. The ICMP protocols will be keep on pinging the routers and the other default gateways. If the gateway is not reachable via the one WAN port of the firewall, then the load balancing mechanism will be enabled and the other WAN port will be overloaded with works. We need to avoid that, so we can use the load balancing mechanism by automating whenever the ICMP packet cannot be reached the router, it should be automatically resetting this process, and it should be fixing the issue in the troubleshooting. So the load balancing will be automated in here. Now let's see, this is the fundamental implication of the project. We have used IR receiver. We can also go for GSM or RF mode of operations. Since our PCB of the router has the operating voltage of 9 volt and the relay module is only capable of the 5 volt, we have used the IC7805, which is a voltage regulator of 5 volt, in order to buffer the voltage flow between the IR relay module and the PCB circuit. We have soldered the connections with the PCB boards with the jumper cables. Now let's see the operations of the model. Now I am going to switch on the router. It is clear that upon switching on, all the indicator lights are enabling now. Now the power system of the power system LED is glowing, and the other ports also now started to glow, which is LAN 1 and other LANs and WAN ports, etc. All these ports now glowing, which indicate that the router is normally open, normally closed. Since the relay module is normally closed, the circuit is now carrying out its regular operations or providing the internet via the router. Upon switching on, upon triggering the relay module with the IR sensor remote to its normally open condition, the circuit becomes open and no power flow will be going to the PCB circuit. Now let's see the triggering of the circuit. Now the relay module has changed its operations to the normally closed from NC to NO. Now we can see that all these indicator lights are turned off. So it is indicate that the router is now there is no power supply is going through the PCB circuits. Now we can turn on the circuit by again changing from NO to NC. Now the indicator lights are turned on. By doing these operations manually during the interruption time, we can prevent the requirement for ladder and climbing on to the ceilings to manually switch off the router, turning it off and on to restart its purpose. We can troubleshoot this easily by standing on the or sitting on the comfortable place. It provides comfort and also it provides at the cheapest cost. Since the IR and the relay module are very low cost, this is the very easier and the most cheapest possible product can be developed from the day-to-day life troubles of the people, and it will be, I'm sure that it will be useful in various industry applications and also personal home applications. Thank you.